so he left her in the middle of the night and got together with his lover, and they're married now. And she's like, what in the world? Get out of town. And he's like, no, for real. And he's all like, and guess what happened with Ava? Hi everyone, it's Catchy, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so I know to keep making content like this. So we are back with another episode of Not So Berry, and we are here with Glade here. The scenery may look a little bit unfamiliar, but this is Glade's house. And so I know in the last episode I let you guys know that I believed that, or thought that Nora was pregnant, so we were going to extend the house to include another bedroom for the new baby, but in fact it turned out that Nora was not pregnant. She was actually on her period, and they've tried like 2 or 3 times afterwards to get pregnant again, because like I mentioned in the last episode, Nora's been making it really big as like a online like Instagram Instagram model for like mommies. She's like a mommy model, and so she wanted to keep having babies so that she can keep up that facade, but you know, she hasn't been getting pregnant. So she's like, look, if I'm not going to be able to keep being a mommy model and have like a fresh new baby to, you know, tote around on social media, then I want to transition my career as far as like being an Instagram model into like bikini modeling. And so I want to get my body like really snatched. And so she's like, look, we've been making some good money, so why don't we invest that money we were going to use in having a baby, or expanding the house so we could have the baby's room, instead use that money to expand it and have like a gym area, and I would love to have an indoor pool. So Glade's like, sure, we have tons of money, nothing but the best for my wife and my kids. So they spent the extra money. We had about like 40,000 simoleons banked. So we used about 30,000 of those simoleons to make this little gym area. I put an indoor pool. I've never made an indoor pool area in any of my Sims houses, but considering the type of world that Evergreen Harbor is, I think it made more sense for it to not be an outdoor pool. So I made it an indoor pool, which I love how it turns out. Let me put the walls up so that you guys can see that. Isn't it? It's so pretty. I'm a little impressed with myself, so don't mind me. But this is the gym area, and because Nora committed to now being like a swimsuit model and she wants to get her body right, I did order her some birth control, and I ordered Glade some condoms so that they will not be getting pregnant again. So I did want to kind of have them have 3 kids, but honestly 2 is plenty. They have 1 of each, and both Sienna and Robin are around the same age, so I think it'll be nice for them to just kind of like retire like having babies in the house, and I think like 2 is just fine. And Sienna's actually going to be aging up into a teenager soon, so if they were to have another baby now, we wouldn't really be spending any time with it. So I don't know that I really want to invest time into a baby we're not really going to be spending time with. Like Robin like kind of grew up with her, so we got to at least see him a little bit, but the new baby we wouldn't see at all. So I don't think there's a point in them having another kid at this point, unless after we leave the household they just kind of like have like a baby like with MCC or something. I don't know. But on top of the gym area, I did put this little patio area, so it's nothing special. I just wanted them to have a little bit more outdoor activities. Since they didn't really have much of a yard, I decided to kind of give them like an outdoor space on the top of the gym area. So we've got a jacuzzi, a grill area, a little, you know, bench area for them to eat after they grill, a little basketball court. You can't see it now, but I did kind of like block off the area and make this like a brick path so that like it made sense for them to be able to play basketball here, and then a slide right over here. So yeah, obviously I can't use it now because it's still winter in Evergreen Harbor, but you know, ideally when things warm up they'll be able to do that. I don't know. I don't know how many more days we'll be spending here, so they may not actually get to use it as much as I would like them to. But hey, such is the case when you kind of are like doing this stuff and growing the house as you go along. It kind of run out of space, and we're pretty much on the eve of Red Gen, because this, you guys, is actually going to be the very last episode of Min-Gen. Right now, just catching you guys up to speed for our checklist, we maxed out the Eco Innovator aspiration complete. We maxed out the master, or the civil designer career. Glade is now a master inventor, so I actually have him on PTO today, or I'm pretty sure I told him to go on PTO today. So this career is maxed out. We still have promotion tasks, so I don't know what that's about because we're at level 10 of the career, as you can see. So I don't know what happens if we max this out, if we get something extra, I don't know, but we did what we need to do for this aspiration, and we maxed out gardening, and the only thing we've got left is I wanted to leave this for on camera, so I had something to show you guys. I did a lot of I did a lot of grinding as far as skills off screen, just because I don't think that's going to be super exciting for you guys to watch. It isn't like I don't find that interesting watching people grind out skills, which is why, I like to make my Let's Plays story driven, even with something like a generation challenge like this. I still wanted it to have lots of story, and I think I gave you guys plenty of story. Glade's extended universe of friends were an interesting bunch, and they offered a lot of story, and we still have some story to wrap up with his friends, which we'll be doing in this episode. But before we get to that, the kids are at school right now. While they're doing that, I'm going to be having him finish out his fabrication skill. So I know I asked you guys not that long ago if you guys had any suggestions for how I could help build the fabrication and the gardening skill faster, because they just build so slowly. And I told you guys I did add that lot trait, the homey trait, and the good soil trait, and those helped a little bit, but not a lot. But what I did find as a great hack for this, if you guys decide you want to do my version of Not So Berry, where you start out with the Eco Innovator career, or the civil design career, sorry, that's the aspiration, then my suggestion, and I don't know why I didn't think to do this before, but it's probably because I always forget about clubs. So what I did is I started a club when I think we were around level 7 and level 8 with the fabrication and gardening skill respectively, and I was just feeling like it was taking forever for them to build, and I'm like, there has to be another option to get this to build faster without cheating. And that's when I remembered, oh yeah, with clubs you get club perks. And the great thing about the club perks is that you can have club perks that go with every single skill, and if you get enough club points to get these perks, it'll help you gain these skills faster. You get a skill gain boost for skills. So for my Green Gardeners Club, which I invited all of Glade's friends, his male buddies, so Knox, Eden, Frederick, and Caden are in the Green Gardeners with him, and I just had them, I added a bunch of tasks for them to do for the clubs, so fabrication, gardening, recycling, candle making, and then just socializing. And all of those things will help us get club points, and I used all the club points I used the gardening boost, the fabrication boost, and then I used 2 focus boosts, because when you're focused, it helps build the fabrication and gardening skills super fast. So I used 2 of them. I could have got the 3rd, but I honestly with both of the skill boosts and 2 of the focus boosts, you build it so fast. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have did this from day 1. I don't know why I didn't think to do it, but I'm going to continue to use clubs going forward, because I just forget they're there and they're so useful. And going forward, with the next couple gens, I'm pretty sure this will be handy for some of the trickier skills to build. So I'm going to keep using them for building relationships, building skills, and all of that, because it's just super handy. But it's been a godsend, and we love it for that. So I'm going to go ahead and have Glade fabricate whatever. I've been having him fabricate a bunch of furniture for Sienna, because I'm thinking for her generation, I'm going to have her move out as a teenager so she can get a jump on doing interning under a mayor or a governor, because she's going to be going into politics, and she kind of wants to get all on her own and have her own space. I want to tell you guys more about that as we get to it, because there's some storyline stuff that I've been developing in the background, so I'm super excited to get into that. But Sienna's birthday is actually tomorrow, which is crazy because I know, like, it feels like it was just an episode ago that I showed you guys her birthday from her going up to a toddler to a child. But honestly, like, there wasn't a whole lot going on as far as, you know, like, I was still wrapping up mid-gen, and, you know, when they're a kid, that's not really that interesting. Really, for Sienna, what I've been focusing on for her as a kid is just her developing relationships. So I actually do have a club with her and a few of the other kids in Evergreen Harbor. So Madeline Tinker, Cody Bazaz, Trisha, D-Rel, Jenny Esparza, and Julian Tinker. The Tinkers had a lot of kids. And then her brother Robin are in this club together, and they get together and they just like play games and do homework and work on projects and watch TV. And through this club, she's been able to kind of like make friends with a couple of these. I do have to build her friendships a little bit more with some of these people because they're not as high as they could be. Unfortunately, they don't do a lot of these club activities, as some of these are more autonomous than others, unfortunately. Like, the friendly ones, not apparently as autonomous as I'd like. But the TV one, boy, do they love to watch TV. But, I'm gonna have her club when she gets back. But, yeah, let's go ahead and take your shower. But, yeah, so her birthday's tomorrow, so I'm planning on going ahead and having her have a breakfast dinner in the morning, and then in the evening, we're actually going to be going to an event. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about that event later because it's like storyline driven. Just remember some of the stuff I said during the Sienna birthday party episode about certain things having ramifications, but, you guys will see that in just a minute. But I'm going to have Glade go ahead and finish out this fabrication skill. I'm going to have him start his club because it's going to help us boost this a little bit more. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning when we have Sienna's birthday.
2 seconds later.
I can't believe it's broken. Oh my gosh, come on. I cannot believe this right now. We're so close to maxing the skill out, and the fabricator had to break. Okay, well.
Gibbs.
Uh-oh! Okay, so Julian Tinker just aged up, and he's a little bit of a cutie pie. Oh my gosh! Okay, Sienna, you've got some options. You've got some options, baby girl. He's so close. He is literally at 98% right now. But I'm gonna have him stop for the day because today is night out of the town, and I was gonna have Sienna's birthday, like a birthday breakfast, but because it's night out of town and this will cost us no money, I'm actually going to have her have a birthday dinner tonight. Which is fine because Julian Tinker just aged up as a teen right in front of our eyes, so, you know, she'll be right in line with her peers. Everybody just aging up today. We'll have Nora's birthday breakfast tomorrow because I believe, according to the calendar, Nora is having her birthday soon too. Yeah, then there'll be a slight separation between the two of them aging up. So we can go out and have like a quick brunch or whatever. It's probably going to be off screen because we've got stuff to do tomorrow. And we'll go out for Sienna's birthday tonight. So let's get them ready and I'll meet you guys at the restaurant. So Glade and the family are out for a night out of town and to celebrate little Sienna's birthday. They all ordered their food and now Glade is ready to kind of catch up with his family and just kind of clue Nora into everything that's been going on in his friend group. He's like, yeah, you know, a lot's actually gone on between, you know, all of our friends since I've been busy with work and you've been busy, you know, getting your modeling career off the ground. She's like, oh really? How so? And she's like, well, first of all, did you know that Kira and Aiden got married? And she's like, what? No way. Are you serious? He's like, yeah, like on a whim. They, you know, have been kind of dating each other. And, you know, while we were out of town, they got married. And guess who else got married? She's like, who else? Who? And he's like, remember how Ava left town to kind of make her family work with Travis Scott, her baby's father? She's like, yeah. So what happened with that? And he's like, it fell through. Guess what happened? She's like, what? Glade's all like, well, I mean, when she tried to make it work with Travis, Travis kind of figured out while they were together that he's actually gay and he's not really into women. So he left her in the middle of the night and got together with his lover, and they're married now. And she's like, what in the world? Get out of town. And he's like, no, for real. And he's all like, and guess what happened with Ava? And she's all like, what happened with Ava? And he's all like, well, while she was trying to make things work with Travis or figure out how to co-parent, because he took the kid, and when he left in the middle of the night, she had no idea where her child was. So she was making trips back and forth to Willow Creek, trying to figure out what happened with Travis and how to get in touch with her baby. And while she was there, one of Travis's neighbors, I think Summer or Liberty, one of them, she said, their baby's father, she ran into him, and then they got to, talking and having a good time, and guess what happened? They got married. And she's like, what? This sounds like a sitcom right now. He's like, no, for real. And he's like, honestly, I was floored. We caught up when we got back from the trip, had a long phone conversation with all of them to catch up, and found out all this stuff. So honestly, I'm thinking what we're going to do, because I kind of want to do something to, catch up with all of them and, celebrate all of these marriages. And I'm thinking we should throw them a wedding reception. She's like, what do you think about that? And she's like, well, I'm always going for a party. I'm just shocked that all this happened while we've been busy. He's like, yeah. The things that happen when you are busy. And so he's all like, but, one more thing. Guess who else got married? She's like, there's more marriages? Who else got married? And he's all like, well, after Ava came back in town, before she got married to her current husband, Aiden had her move into his old apartment since he moved in with Kira. And, he was living with Frederick. So, they hoped that maybe Frederick and Ava would get together, but honestly, it didn't work out. But guess what? Frederick found somebody, and they got married. So, we're gonna be having to celebrate a lot of marriages. And, that was a lot for Nora to take in. She's like, wow. The stuff you miss when you're busy. But, I'm going to be ready for this party, but in the meantime, I'm going to use a bathroom because that was a lot to take in. That's everything, guys. If you guys have been following me on Twitter, you know that I kind of hinted, this was probably weeks ago because it's taken me quite a while to get this episode out, but I hinted a couple weeks ago that somebody in my not-so-berry saves baby got stolen, and that was the whole Ava Travis Scott kerfluffle. He moved out, took the baby, now she's married to, it's either Liberty or Summer's baby daddy. I'll pop the exact info on the screen right here. And so, she's got, a weird entanglement relationship now where she's married to one of, either Summer or Liberty's baby daddy, and it's just, it's crazy. But after we celebrate Sienna's birthday tonight at this dinner, we will have a little reception for the 4 weddings that happen to commemorate the end of mid-gen and seeing all of, all of Glade's friends get married. Honestly, there's one more marriage that I didn't mention, and that is between Aaliyah and the baby daddy of her kids. So, before we did the last 2 episodes, I mentioned that she was pregnant with a baby, whether you guys thought it was Knox's or somebody else's. A lot of you guys said you thought it was somebody else's, and you were right. They belong to a gentleman named Corey Villalobos, and she has 2 beautiful twins. She had twins with him, and they kind of got together, and things kind of fell apart between her and Knox, and I feel bad because I wanted them to work out, but they didn't. But they're co-parenting, and she's happily with Corey, and they're in good shape. But we'll be doing that reception with everybody tomorrow. Tonight, we're going to have everybody finish their meal today with Sienna, and we're going to have her blow out the candles. I'm so excited to see Miss Sienna age up into a teen, and for you guys to see Miss Sienna grow up into a teen. She was such a cute kid, and I feel like we didn't spend a whole lot of time with her. Well, I did, because I've been grinding off screen, but I feel like we didn't spend enough time on screen with Miss Sienna, but she is such a precious little girl. She's so pretty, and I can't wait to see, or for you guys to see, what she's going to look like as a teen. Spoiler alert, she's gorgeous. So everybody is mostly done with their meals, so we're going to have the fateful moment. Little Sienna is going to blow out her candles, and she is going to age up into a teenager. I'm so excited for this. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to temporarily take us out of tab mode so that I can direct Sienna to go ahead and... Is she gonna make a wish? Well, first let's have her celebrate, and then we're going to have her go ahead and taste the frosting. We'll have her do that, and hopefully everybody will stay put and celebrate with us, but I'm excited for this one, and for Sienna to age up. Alright, let's get into position for this one. I wish that this waiter was, like, not right here, but okay. Way to ruin the moment. Here she goes. Is she aging up? Oh, she did it! She did it! Okay, Sienna, and I'm already seeing from the picture, she's got some janky looking ZC on. Don't worry, we'll fix that. But teenage-dom romantic travails, sweaty gym shorts, and hormonal upheavals await. Best buckle those boots. The ride starts here. So we have to start having her have her her red gen trait. So we're gonna go ahead and update this hot-headed. Hold on, let me actually reference my Everberry edit of these rules and just make sure I have the right traits, because Lord knows I am not remembering them all now. I do believe hot-headed is one, materialistic, and what is it? Snob? Let me just double check. Materialistic, snob, romantic. Got it. So I think that... Why is it not letting me change her traits? Huh. We're gonna have to fix these. For some reason, it's not letting me change these, which is quite unfortunate, but it's okay. We'll go ahead and we'll change them in Kaz when we update her. In the meanwhile, we could set her aspiration, which is serial romantic. So, this is little Sienna. She just put on a face mask. Bruh. Girl, come on. Let's go ahead and take the face mask on so that we can see her a bit better. Like, come on. Okay, so this is little Sienna before we fix her up. You can already kind of see that she's got some pretty gorgeous genetics in here, but we gotta fix up this whole get up situation. It's a mess. But Sienna is a teenager, you guys. We are ready for Red Gen. So after this finale episode, I'm probably going to take a week or two off, and then we're going to start up Red Gen. But I'm so excited for this. Look at Sienna. I will give her makeover off screen. I don't think I'll have her come to the 4 weddings party tomorrow so that we can keep things going. Plus, it'll be great because then I can surprise you guys with her makeover in episode 1 of Red Gen. But this is it. We're going to cut here, and I will catch you guys at the 4 weddings party.
3 hours later.
Nice, we did it, we did it, we did it. We maxed out the fabrication skill. Yay! So we are officially done with everything on our checklist for mid-gen. So excited. So now we can celebrate the 4 weddings tomorrow in peace, knowing that everything's done and ready to go for Rose Gen. So excited. So after recording the episode, I kind of took stock of how much footage I had and how long it would take for that to span out in the episode, and thought, you know what, I'm not going to record the 4 weddings party event just because, one, I know it's going to extend this episode well beyond the 25 odd minutes that I want this episode to be, and plus, I know how these events normally go. It's normally a whole lot of shenanigans. Sim's not acting right, and I just kind of want to like try and do this event and just not have to worry about how it's recording. So I didn't record the event, but I do have screenshots and updates for you. So like I mentioned, our 4 friends did get married. Frederick got married to the Realm of Magic Sim, Grace Anansi. Kira married Glade's best friend, Aiden Alistair. And Ava married Summer Holidays baby daddy Henrik Pieka. And our poor, always going through it, Aaliyah married Corey Villalobos, the father of her twin babies. So the whole party was super cute. I had it set at a restaurant. I sat in one of the community lots. That's kind of how I've been utilizing them. And at my save, I've just been having them have like venues on them, and we kind of switched it out to like a restaurant. It had like an outdoor dance floor. Everybody was dancing. I had Glade make some food. He made some roasted squash, something like that, and then he made a cake because I ended up not having Nora's birthday brunch or breakfast in the morning, and just decided to just condense it all in the party. So she actually aged up at the party, and again, it was super cute. Nora looked definitely stunning, but you know, because of my games always having shenanigans with my storylines, you know, these couples, I don't know how long or how stable they are. Honestly though, the cutest wedded couple out of the bunch to me was actually Henrik and Ava. Just the way that he looks at her is just so cute, and you could just tell that he really does love her, despite the fact that their whole situation is super messy. Ava did not have the funds to show up at the four weddings party with a beautiful white dress, so Nora's like, don't worry, I got you, you're one of our best friends, you can borrow the wedding dress I wore to my wedding to Glade. And she's like, no, like, are you sure that's your, you know, special dress from your special day? And she's like, look, I'm never going to really be getting married again, or at least I hope not. So, you know, it doesn't make sense for my dress to be collecting dust in the closet, wear the dress. So that's like a little Easter egg here, that Ava is wearing the same dress that Nora wore at the Minty wedding. And the other like bit of tea is, I don't know how secure this Corey Aaliyah relationship is, because dude was doing the most of the party. He got a notification during the party talking about he just like was looking at Nora and thought she was a complete knockout, and Nora had the opportunity to either accept his advances or ignore him. Of course, girlfriend ignored him, but messy as all get out, and I swear he was over flirting with Frederick's new wife Grace, and she was not having it either. Dude was a whole mess bucket, so I don't know what that's about. And the other thing is that Aaliyah and Knox, I think, were able to have a little bit of a reconciliation at the four weddings party. Like I said, things have been a little bit weird and dicey with them, and they kind of had a moment where he's like, look, I just want us to be, you know, friends and be able to co-parent, and as long as you're happy, I'm happy. And you know, in deep in my heart, I feel like Knox is still in love with Aaliyah, and he's always going to have love for her, but they're not in the same page right now. They're in different places. Aaliyah's married to a different person now, so that's where it's at. But hey, who knows? In the future of the series, maybe there will be something, you know, things turning around or being different with these marriages. But that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for enjoying the ride with me for this mid-generation challenge. The next time I'll be with you, we will be starting episode 1 of Rose Gen, and we will be continuing the journey with Sienna. But before I leave you off, I do want to end off with a special little group dance from the day. But as always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay dazzled. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Never thought that I'd be here calling you baby, baby, baby. I don't like wasting my time, I don't like risking it all. Too busy handling mine, too independent to fall. And I don't even know why you make me want to shove, to keep it honey. I think that liar. Now all I do is think about you every night, lay up with you. Just can't get you off my mind, and you know that's why I fuck with you.